Hello everyone. Hi. Welcome back to See After Dark. I hope you've had a good week. I hope everything has been great. Oh no. I'm supposed to greet. So let me greet you and then you let me know how you are. So how are you? I don't think you need 5 seconds for me to ask you how you are. I hope you're doing well. But actually, let's start from there. I think how are you is such a simple question. Like, how are you? But lately, every time somebody asks me that, I pause for like a few seconds because my brain is trying to figure out whether they want like a real answer or the socially acceptable answer, because socially acceptable answer is always, I'm good, I'm fine, can't complain, I thank God, we thank God. Meanwhile, your life is doing gymnastics. Your bank account is crying, your mental health is buffering, your to-do list has become like a novel, man. But somehow, I'm good. I'm alright. I'm great. Thank you. And I think we've become so used to giving automatic responses that we've forgotten how to actually check in on ourselves. Because sometimes someone asks me like, how are you? And honestly and genuinely, I don't know. Honestly, life is giving me slaps. Honestly, I can't deal. I have to sit there and like, after I finish answering that I'm fine or something, then I'll just be wondering that, really, are you okay? Are you not just functioning? Like there's, I don't know. Maybe we should normalize like asking twice. Like, how are you? No, how are you? Because I think a lot more honest conversations could happen if we are on our own willing to genuinely see how we are. But then again, sometimes it's like the person asking you is not even like, they don't even really want to know how you really are. They're just asking that because that's just being polite. Sorry, I just started it with like the deep stuff. So now let's get into discussion. Let's get into podcast stuff. Today's episode, I'm not really going to have like a main topic of discussion. I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that I've been thinking about, that I was thinking about last week. So yes, indulge me. And also, before I continue any further, the time is exactly 12 midnight. It's 12 midnight. I'm really doing this See After Dark thing. Yeah, so moving on, I've been thinking about something that's social media created. I really pondered on it so much last week. Also, after I had spoken about, the whole Adjoa and then, what's the guy's name? His name, I forget his name. But after I spoke about that, I also was thinking about the matter more in depth. So like parasocial relationships. So basically, when people online start feeling like they genuinely know somebody they've never met, and before anybody gets defensive, we've all done it really. You follow somebody for years, you know where they went to school, you know their favorite food, you've watched them cry, you've celebrated, like they've gotten engaged, they break up, move to like new houses, have babies, and suddenly your brain starts feeling like they are your friends, but they don't know you and you don't know them at all. And I think that's where things get interesting, because audiences begin to feel entitled to opinions. She shouldn't have dated him, or he should have stayed with his ex. I think they're lying. I think they owe us explanation. Why? Who is the us? Who is you? Who's you? When did we become shareholders in their lives? Like, when did that happen really? Also, that said, influencers also confuse me as well, because some people share everything: their relationship, their account balance, their financial problems. They share their family fights, pregnancy statuses. They share their marriage, their divorce, every single argument, their celebrations, every fear, every tear, every man. Then people comment and suddenly it's, why is everybody in my business? Well, bright girl or guy, it's because you invited us in. If I live stream my living room every day, I can't suddenly be surprised that people know where my lamp is. Do you get my analogy? I think that there has to be boundaries, not because people don't care, but because not everything needs an audience. And maybe as viewers as well, we also need to remember that we are merely just supporters. We are not family members. And I think when you think about it in that line, it might help you have some form of like it might serve as a checks and balance sort of thing, because on both sides we really be doing much. We're really doing a lot. We really need to do better. So moving on, another thing that has genuinely brought me peace, I've realized that learning this and understanding this has given me so much peace of mind over the years, and I want to share with you. I'm sure some of you already know this, and maybe it's also giving you peace as well. But realizing that my parents are just people. Growing up, your parents feel like superheroes. You think they're blameless, faultless. They know everything. They have answers to everything. Then the more you grow and the more you begin to understand life, you realize that your parents are also learning. Sometimes they're parenting for the first time, especially as a firstborn. Sometimes they're making decisions based on what they know at the time, not what, like, they will not know everything. Sometimes they're carrying also like traumas that they haven't dealt with. They are also bound to get certain things wrong. They are bound to make mistakes. You make mistakes and you are just like them. But I think because you know them from your formative years, there's this form of idealization and also like high rating that now you have to function in this, like, this what I expect you, this is how I see you and I expect you to act. But no, it doesn't work like that. Understanding that your parents are human being doesn't mean you love them less or you rate them less or nothing like that. Sometimes it actually just helps you even love them better, because you begin to understand them a little more and you begin to also deal with them with a sense of empathy. Okay, so now that's just that. I just wanted to share that real quick. I think it's very important to have that at your back of your mind sometimes, because sometimes we're a bit too unfair with our parents. Yeah. So moving on to something interesting, something I found interesting this week. I read about this year, I think on Friday, so like 2 days ago. So I don't even know why I found this out, man. So what I found out was that in some places, if you promise somebody marriage and they can prove it, there's proof of you promising somebody marriage, there are situations where legal action may be possible. I said, excuse me, so we can't joke again. So even if you're joking with somebody, be careful the type of jokes you're making, because if you sell them a dream and then they have proof of you selling them a dream, they can actually press charges against you. So be careful when you're telling yourself that, babe, one day you're gonna be my wife, one day I'm gonna marry you. Be careful, please. From today, everybody needs legal presentation before flirting, please. So yeah, I learned that and I wanted to share that. Be careful. Don't just be using vibes to lie to girls, man. before you realize you are sleeping in behind cell. Is that the English? Behind bars. Yeah. So moving on. Here is something a little more serious, right? So let's talk about low self-esteem a little bit. I think people underestimate how dangerous it is to have low self-esteem. I was thinking about it this week. I was thinking about some situations that some people I know of are in, and I feel like maybe they don't realize how much their low self-esteem plays in these situations, because it doesn't just affect how you see yourself. Low self-esteem also affects what you tolerate. It affects who you choose. It affects what you feel is normal. If you don't believe you are worthy of kindness, you will normalize disrespect. If you don't think you are enough, you keep trying to earn love that doesn't feel like it's being given to you freely. Right? Sometimes people ask questions like, why didn't I leave, whatever, and honestly sometimes it's because they genuinely don't believe they deserve better, which is extremely heartbreaking. I think confidence isn't just about thinking you are better than everybody else. It's also simply believing you deserve basic respect, and everybody deserves that, honestly. So I think it's important to hold yourself in high, not like to a level where it becomes like pompous or it becomes toxic or something like that. No, but it's good to also have a regard of yourself. That way you know that you don't treat yourself this way, so nobody else can treat me this way. And your mind will also be tailored in choosing partners for yourself that will align to the way you treat yourself. Does that make sense? I hope it does. There's a lady on TikTok called The Great Nonosile, and I think she touched on something similar, and I would also want you all to hear it. So she said, you are worth the effort. You are worth the phone calls, the texts, and the cute check-ins. You are worth the lunches, the gifts, and all the beautiful unplanned moments. You are worth all the things you are asking for. And it's important that you remove your energy from spaces where there is no effort. You are worth caring about, praying for, and being there for. And it's important that you give that energy to yourself and partner with somebody who will know how to give that energy back to you. Love yourself, love yourself. That was just, I don't know maybe that's like the fourth thing I'm discussing. But so the next thing, there's this one has also been on my heart. I think it's important to know who you are outside of your job, outside of your relationship, outside of like the church, outside of your achievements, like just who you are, because religion is very beautiful, faith is very beautiful, but reading scriptures alone doesn't automatically make you kind, a good friend, I don't think the action of reading it alone will make you the perfect child. It will not make you, it might make you patient. I want you to understand what I'm trying to say. It might not necessarily make you patient or honest, because the reason I'm saying all this was even the devil knows scripture too. The devil also read or reads the Bible as well. More intense, even more than you and I. Do you understand? So knowledge isn't the same as character. You have to intentionally work on yourself. Learn your weaknesses, learn your strength, ask yourself difficult questions. You're not a tree. You can always change. So don't think you're stationary, because if you don't know yourself honestly, life will simply define you for you. Right? So it's very important to know who you are, and don't just think because I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm this, that's what I am. No. You can still be all these things but still be a terrible person to other people. So you really need to sit down and think about some of these things. You can even ask God to explain it to you, to reveal it to you or something like that. So yeah, I think it's very important that you be aware of who you are, right? Yeah. So now moving to the last thing on my list. the Accra cleanups. So on Friday and Saturday, the president of Ghana, my crush, John Dramani Mahama, had I think he announced that like I don't know if it's going to be recurring, but like the last Friday and Saturday was like a national cleaning day, so everybody should be cleaning, everybody should whatever. So even he did some of the cleaning. So yesterday being the second day, there were more forums about the matter going around. Because it was like the second day, there have been a lot of posts about the desilting of gutters, the clearing of lands, highlighting like illegal and improper settlements, like the arrangements and stuff. There's been so much work, and I love. So what I want to say is that all this was like a introduction to what I want to say. I've genuinely like enjoyed watching all these desilting and like waste clearing videos after the flood. I've really been enjoying them because it's not because the floods happened, like that was very heartbreaking, and it's also not because the videos are showing us something important. No, it's rather because the videos are showing us something very important. They're exposing just how much waste have built around us, like they've built up around us. It's so crazy. I don't know why. Sorry, like my mind is so like messed up right now because I'm just thinking about the number of videos I've seen today, and I can't get it out of my head. I'm so glad that these videos are catching numbers, because you guys need to see what you're doing. You need to see the amount of waste that can be in a small, narrow space. Imagine how long you've been living with us and the effect that maybe that could have that has had on the nation. So I feel like they are exposing just how much waste, right? How much hazardous. It's so, these things, like, there are things that our minds really don't really focus on or think about, like the blocked drains, the plastics everywhere, mud waste, things that we've become so used to seeing, so we don't even see the floor anymore. Sometimes awareness starts with visibility. When people actually see the truckloads of rubbish being removed, it makes the problem feel real. I hope those videos continue, but maybe, like, just maybe, the more people see what's like the clogged gutters actually look like, the less likely, I think, the more more people see this, the less likely they are to throw rubbish into them, right? Also, like, it's very important to always bear in mind that environmental responsibility isn't just for the government. It's really for all of us. We all have to play a part in it, really. Yeah, so that's that. I don't know if I sound tired today. Maybe it's because I'm recording at midnight, but if I sound tired, forgive me. This episode, it wasn't really supposed to be a long one. I wanted it to just be like a short, cute episode. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you realized, but my last episode, and I'm sure this one as well, the sound is so good. The sound is so good, I think, because my brother, Chimuka, helps me out. Like, he was even shouting at me that why didn't I tell him about the podcast so that he sees how he can help me and stuff. And it made me realize that I feel like I haven't really been talking about it as much. I assume that if I post it on, like, maybe my TikTok, my WhatsApp status, and Snapchat and IG on my story, I'm like, if you're my friend, you see it and you understand that I have something going on. But I think I have to also I have to understand the fact that not everybody pays attention to posts like that. So maybe I do have to tell people on an individual basis, and I feel like that is a bit scary. And I also understood why I haven't done it for this long, because maybe I still feel a little, I don't even know, like, fear of the unknown, man. So yeah, but man, you've said it's fine. Yeah, so I'm just going to learn to, like, try and share the podcast more with like my people I already know, right? And my hope is also that as you're listening to this, you also help my life and share it. Yeah. And I really appreciate your time, by the way. Thank you for being here. Yeah. There were like these things were the random thoughts that I was thinking about this week. I hope one of them made you laugh, maybe. But I don't think they were funny topics, yeah. Or even maybe think or like ask a question. Yeah, anything at all. But really, thank you very much for spending part of your day with me. I genuinely appreciate your single. Like, I appreciate every single person who is here listening to me. Yeah, thank you very much. This episode is short, right? Aren't you happy? Yeah, so take care of yourself. And again, like I'm always saying, remember to be kind. Yeah, checking on your friends. The next time, like, somebody asks you how you are, maybe tell them that you are fine because you listen to See After Dark. Do you know that? Yeah, incorporate marketing for See After Dark in your everything. Yeah. So anyway, this was See After Dark. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Mwah.